Hello everyone, hope everyone's well and having an awesome Monday. Let's see who we got on. Let's see if I can tag some people in. There we go. Let's tag everyone in. Let's see if I can tag followers in. Let's see if I can tag... Can't tag... In fact, let's see who... There we go. Some people are joining us. Beverly, how are you? Hope you're well. Let me know who else is here. Let's see if we can get tons of people on because the stream's still on. It is. I think the stream's still on. So let's go back. So we crashed. We crashed again, and we should be back. Let's have a look. Hopefully it won't crash. There we go. It should be me on the screen. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Let me know in the comments. It just crashed twice, which is always the way when we go live. That's a good omen. That's a good omen. Very good. So let me know if you can hear me. Yep, back. Great. Brilliant. Okay, we've still got people on. Fingers crossed, OBS, which is the software I use to go live, doesn't crash again. Okay, so loads of people here. Wow, it's a record crowd. So guys, we're going to bring on, I won't waste any more time of crashing, just in case it crashes again. I'm actually a little bit nervous this time, because the special guest I got coming on is a little bit nervous. Always reboot the computer for bringing someone else on live. Yeah, it crashes every now and again. I had a stage about 2 years ago where everything I done, every time I went live, it would crash. It cost me loads of money to fix it. So today's guest is a bit nervous. She doesn't realise how awesome she is. So I want everyone to say hello and be very nice to Vicki. Vicki, you're now on screen. Hopefully it's not going to crash. No, it's not crashed. Vicki, how are you?
Yeah, nervous, but fine. Thank you.
You'll be fantastic. Don't worry. You are. Everyone will give you loads and loads of support. Okay, so don't worry. So, Vicki, for those people, I mean, I know about your background, and I think you are awesome. But I want to share your story with everyone. How you got to where you are now, like your whole history with your business and everything. You've got a bit of an awesome story.
Okay, well, I've always been an entrepreneur. I come from Falmouth in Cornwall in the UK, and I've always been a bit of an entrepreneur. You know, I started off things like selling sandwiches and doing all sorts of bits and bobs, and I've done lots of businesses, mostly quite small ones, and some have been really successful, and some have been like really, really unsuccessful. But that's the way it is
Yep.
with businesses, isn't it? But I'm the kind of person who just picks myself up, dusts myself off, and starts again. So I don't find that difficult. But my last business was a big pub and restaurant and nightclub. Had a big turnover, and but over the last 10 or 12 years, it's been very up and down. You know, it was really stressful. I had about 50 staff. Although we had a massive turnover, you know, it's not all about the turnover. Behind the scenes, there was mortgages, loans, VAT bills, soaring costs. It was really, really stressful. And during COVID, although we were trading very well, and we were trading very well after COVID, of course, during the COVID period, we accrued even more. Well, interest got put on hold, which meant that when you came back to start repaying them, you know, you owed a lot more. You were behind.
Yeah.
So that was quite stressful, and I just couldn't go on. I was coming up for 65 then, and I just thought, I can't do this anymore. This not really knowing, you know, everything on the outside looks amazing, but behind the scenes, I'm thinking, can I pay the bills? Can I pay the wages? Even though we were taking 1.3 million, which is a lot of money, the costs were absolutely colossal. And I had this big front on. Everybody thought I was wildly successful, but really, was I that successful? I ran a successful business successfully, but you know, there was so much going on behind the scenes. So I sold it, and I was very lucky. Sold it for a huge amount of money, and I knew I would never absolutely retire because I'm just not that kind of person. So I took a couple of years to decide what to do. I'm very fortunate. The people who introduced me to the business, Jeff and Jean, are people I know from a long way back, and they've been amazingly supportive. They've been fantastic. And so I started this.
Awesome introduction. Yeah, Jeff and Jean are watching now. They're wishing you loads of, they're saying how awesome you are and everything. And it's interesting because I've run a number of businesses as well, and brick and mortars businesses. And it's amazing how tough that really is, running a real business. Like, you're spinning 12 different plates, aren't you? It's just really tough. No matter what it looks like, people always think you've got money, don't they? They think you're a millionaire because you run a business, and it's like, you know, what goes on in your head, yeah, it's just incredible. I'm sure a lot of people, if anyone in the audience has owned a business, it can be a nightmare. So, what made you choose affiliate marketing or OLSP? What got you in and thought, I like Batman? Or what got you interested in OSP, and what is it you like about it? What kind of set the spark on fire, if you like?
Well, I wanted to do something, but when I looked at the different things, the options available, which was things like consulting and I quite like troubleshooting and things like that. I didn't want to be tied. I just didn't want to be tied. I've got grown-up boys and a daughter who's 20 with special needs, who, you know, I have to be available for her 24/7. So, and then it was Jeff and Jean. I've never heard of affiliate marketing. I've never heard of it in my life. Had no idea what it was. But I thought, how difficult can it be? I thought.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell people something that you said to me the other day. Finally get what affiliate marketing is. I said, I didn't really know what it was. You get it now, which is amazing, because one thing that strikes me is you are, and I think this shows because your previous business, you're a massive action taker, aren't you? I think you'll agree that you are, if you're given something to do, and I don't think there's many people that I can think of. There's probably one or two I can think of that come in, they listen, and they take massive action. Okay, and that's what you've done. You've took relentless action. So much so, I think in the sales contest last month, after only a short while of being with us, you came, where'd you come, 5th, 4th?
I came 6th in the end, but I blame Robert.
Yeah, I'd blame Robert as well. Everything's Robert's fault. Doesn't matter what it was, it's Robert's fault. But yeah, he did come up. But to come 6th, and there's some big affiliates, there's some super affiliates on that list. Okay, so to come 6th, at one point you were 1st, I think. Second, it was the highest you got, which is phenomenal. To come 6th out of all those hundreds of people is amazing. Okay, it really is. How long you've known about affiliate marketing and how long you've been doing it, it's amazing. Like, honestly, I don't think you realise how good that is, and what that means is ahead of you in the future when you start learning new stuff. It's awesome. So we've got loads of questions coming in, but I want to ask you, what tip, okay, or no, let's ask this one. What challenges have you faced? Because this is an interesting one, because you've faced some unique challenges that very early on that normally take people 2 or 3 years to get to. So what challenges have you faced for the few months you've been doing affiliate marketing?
Well, the first challenge was that I didn't know what it was, well, as you know, until quite recently. And I didn't understand the language. It was like going to a country where people were speaking a foreign language. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And I found that difficult. So, but the way of dealing with that for me was I just stuck to the training. I stuck to the training and did what you told me to do. And you did say what brought me into OLSP. I went on to a call, and actually I really liked you, Wayne. I'm not just saying that to butter you up, but you know, you're one of those slick, like, you know, people standing by their Ferrari.
Yeah.
You know, and you were just a real person, and I really liked that.
Good.
And yeah, so I just followed the training and did as I was told, and I kept my head down, really.
I was going to say bloody then, but you bloody did. Like, you literally, I remember you were sending me Skype messages, like, I've made sales. I've made 8 sales. And now I don't know how many you've made now, but it must be in the 100. Must be approaching 100. Must be.
No, it's not.
No.
I'm on very low numbers.
Wow.
I don't do leads. I've only got 80 leads.
Yep.
And I've got, and out of those 80 leads, half a dozen of them are me, where I was trying to find out how it worked.
Yeah.
And I think I've got about 50% conversion rate. So I'm not going for the numbers. I'm going for the, just like you teach us.
Yep.
I'm going for the relationships, getting to know people, and I'm getting better at that. I'm getting better at it.
So
slowly, surely.
So you've literally proved. So inside the training, guys, if you haven't seen it, okay, if you haven't watched the toffee method, okay, I literally tell people the top end of where you can get in DMs is 50%. It's in the toffee training, isn't it, Vicky? Vicky has achieved.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I think you're probably the only person to achieve it. I think.
Really?
I think you're probably the only person. I don't keep a close eye, but most people treat people not as people, and they just try and rattle through it and chuck links out and like, hey, look at this. Oh, he's chucking this link at me, and they got all these things that go on. Whereas you, so Vicky, I keep calling you Victoria. Is it Vicky or Victoria? Or
Either.
Is it
both?
Yeah. Hasn't got tons of leads. 80 leads, guys. Okay, 80 leads, and guess what? Some of those are turned into high ticket sales, which is phenomenal. Okay, into high ticket commissions. You don't need tons of leads. Like, I could point you to people who have got probably thousands of leads and no sales. This is what we teach on the trainings on a Tuesday. Like, every now and again we teach that. So you're the perfect example of treating people like people. Because how can you help people? In fact, I'm gonna let you tell the guys why have you got 80 people and about 40 sales? Do you reckon about 40? What would you say is the unique thing to get 40 sales from 80 people that you do? What would you say is that unique thing that most people kind of ignore?
Well, I do a DMO,
Mm-hmm.
which my daily method of operation. And when I first started, I did that DMO every single day for 30 days.
Yep.
And I just focused on the task. I didn't think about the outcome. Because I'm focused on income generating activities. That's all I focus on.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else is secondary if you've got time, but you've got to focus on income generating activities first. And then, so I would do my 30 Facebook requests. I do quite a lot of DMs to people I don't know, which, I know not everybody agrees with that. But, if I see somebody post, I might just in this group and wondered if you were interested in chatting or something like that. I do quite a lot of those. And, I don't get many responses, but the responses I do get, people want to talk to me. And of those people, and I give them a lot of time.
So really the secret is you actually want to help people. That's the secret. You can't help people if you don't know them, you don't build know, like, and trust, you don't understand what they need help with. You can't get it. So you actually want to help people.
Yeah, of course. Well, I think that there's so many people who do want to do this and want an income from home, that I think it's a wonderful thing to do.
Yeah, I think it's...
But of course, you're up against all the other people who are offering all sorts of weird things.
Yes, you are. So I just done a quick sum, okay? At the minute, you've still got the exciting thing is there's still lose to learn to increase this figure, okay? Each sale, each $7 buyer for you is worth $110 in your pocket.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's a good sum. Each person you speak to, so this is the way to think, guys, okay? So in our industry, we've got another acronym to chuck at you, EPC, okay? Earnings per click, that stands for, okay? Earnings per click can vary greatly, but I would say earnings per click, if you're using solo ads, it's going to be like cents, okay? It's going to be 50 cents, 5 cents, maybe up to $1. Your earnings per click is $55. Okay, which is massive. That shows you actually care and want the person to succeed. There's not many people that can earn an EPC that big. Okay, so you're doing exactly the right things. As you go through your journey, we'll teach you to leverage everything. So you're not, you don't have to spend all that time. But it's an insane figure. Even Dave, even Mr. Snowman says that's crazy. That is a massive figure. I'm trying to give you some example, but I really can't.
But I will just say that I contact a lot of people to get to that figure.
Yeah, sure. But just take on board that you're doing awesome. Okay, you're doing awesomely well. Stop trying to say it, but you're doing brilliant for the amount of time you put in. So, if someone now starts, we've got a lot of people watching, okay, and a lot of people may be thinking none of this makes sense, like it did for you when you started, okay, like it did for you, and you'll go through and keep learning. That's the great thing about it. There's this level of immersion that you've got, i.e., the action you take. You're watching the training. That's exactly the way to succeed. What would you say to those people that are getting not confused, but don't know if they're doing the right things, maybe are a bit confused, they got all this language thrown at them all the time? What would you tell those people? What advice would you give those people?
Go back to the training. Just keep watching the training because the answers are all there.
Yeah, brilliant. That's what we tell people. Okay, and we get but I keep going back to the training. There's another secret that Vicky's very good at, extremely good at, is she takes action. Okay? She does take massive action. The biggest teacher out there is watching the training and then taking action. Okay, guys? Yeah. Exactly, Beverly. She watches and then she acts. That is the training you need, guys. Okay? That is the training you need. Too many people think there's secrets or, we have to, what you kind of have to do is mold it around you. Okay, you have to take responsibility to do the stuff, and then it slowly molds it around you. Does that kind of make sense how you feel, Vicky? Like you have to absorb the information. You get it by training and doing.
Yes, I did when I first started. I got stuck in the training vortex for about a month, where I just thought, I can't do this anymore. I've got to take action. This is ridiculous. So I then moved into action because I decided wanted to be perfect. And then I realized that it's better to just take action, even if it's not perfect. And definitely it wasn't, than just keep doing the training. You need to actually practice. And, in the early days, particularly, I was giving random people my link and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I don't do that now. But and in the early days, if somebody's got a pulse, they'll do. But you refine that over time. You do. And the other thing that I do for myself is because I set targets for myself.
Brilliant.
So my first target was to get my first sale. And then my second target was to get 10 so I could stop pestering you, because I said I'd stop telling you once I got the double figures.
That's why my messages are stopped.
And then and then my third target was to buy myself an Apple Watch, because I lost my old one. And although I couldn't afford to buy an Apple Watch, I wanted to buy it with my income.
Fantastic.
And then I had a target to get a mega builder, a team builder, and a VIP. Yep. And I've done all those.
Brilliant.
So my next target will be a financial target.
Nice. So with that in mind, because you've run businesses, you're very action taker driven. Can you tell the guys the importance of having those targets? Because I don't think many people do this. They go, on around 10K a month, but that could be a month, 6 months, a year down the line. Okay, it's different for everyone. So what are the importance of goals to you and those short-term goals?
Well, for me, I find them quite motivating and I find them fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
And I quite like figures. I quite like breaking them down. So now I've got a little bit of, the thing to remember is for me, especially, I did a lot of action and I didn't get any results for quite a while. And you have to just not look at that and just keep putting the action in. because I knew that if I kept doing the action, I would get the results eventually. And it's, you know, it is discouraging when you see somebody come on and they've just made their, you know, they've been in the business for 24 hours and they've got their first VIP. And you just think, really? It can be discouraging, but you've just got to focus on the task. That's the thing.
Yeah, brilliant bit of advice. Claude has just said lots of people have had aha moments on this, Vicki. You're helping lots of people by the looks of it. I've seen at least 3 that have said they've had an aha moment. Lucrezia, Rev Elder, Pam Hunter, and now Claude. Okay, so fantastic. Okay, so you've done extremely well. You wouldn't be able to tell you're nervous. You've done brilliant, Vicki, and you've helped people. Again, what it's all about is helping people. So how confident are you you're going to meet your next goal? You can just tell us what it is if you want. If not, you don't feel you have to. But how confident are you actually going to reach it? Reach it now you've reached those smaller stepping stones along the way.
Quite confident.
Quite confident.
Because I won't give up unless I won't give up, and no, I won't give up.
Brilliant.
So I would like to do 2 VIPs a month.
Yep.
I think that would be a reasonable goal.
Yep.
And I think that's achievable.
Yep, that's good. So that would give you, in the UK, obviously we're in the UK, that's a pretty healthy sum. Like on top of all the other sales you'll be getting. In the US, I probably know it's probably average wage in the US, but in the UK, that's kind of pretty good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good. Awesome. So we'll put it to you guys. Okay. I know Vicki can help. She will ask you questions. Okay. Exactly. Amy said, "Thanks, Vicki. This has helped me out. Won't ever give up. That's the most important thing." Okay. It really is. Would you agree, Vicki?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Never, ever, ever give up. So I'm going to put it to you.
And you know, it can be tough. You have to just make yourself another cup of tea and just knuckle down.
That's a very British thing to say, isn't it? You just have to get a cup of tea solves everything, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it to you guys for a couple of minutes, okay, to ask Vicki some questions, to pick apart her brain, see how she's done what she's done. Alma says no picture. Definitely a picture here. Alma, I can see it. So let's see who's got a question. Well done, Vicki. Confidence plus action plus passion. Helen said this is quite challenging. So Helen, it can be. Okay, it is. When anything's new. Salome says you're an inspiration, Vicki. She is. When anything's new, guys, it's new. It's no different with this. Okay. It is no different to what we're doing. For somehow people expect to start and just know what to do. You don't. Okay. Look at anything you've tried that's new. It's new. It's new. So Fidela says, what challenges have you faced?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is just not knowing anything about affiliate marketing, and not understanding the products and the tools that we've got, because I've never used those tools. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what they're for. So I've just stuck to the training. I know that sounds a bit boring, but I've just stuck to the training. And I've not really, and the thing about OLSP is it does do it all for you. And although if you can personalize it, you'll get a better result. But even if you don't, which is what I'm doing at the moment, I'm just using everything is done by OLSP. It's still working. It's still okay. And I can, in time, I will hopefully learn to do those other things when I'm ready.
Yeah, that's one of the things you actually told me. I don't want to learn anything else until I've got this mastered. Basically what you said, then. Yeah. That's basically. So Vicki's very good at understanding, right, I don't want to go through all the other stuff. Whereas most people are like, I got all of this included and I want it. I want to do it all now, which will just, it's not the best way of doing things. Whereas Vicki just said, I don't actually want all that other stuff. I can kind of see what I got to do. I want to do it now. And I think that's, you've just stuck to one thing. You've not done Instagram. You're not done anything else apart from Facebook, have you?
No.
Just Facebook. So yeah. There is the thing, like, all the time, guys. We've got this thing. Oh, look at that shiny object. Even the new traffic source. Okay, like, oh, look, another shiny object. New traffic source. Most people gravitate to it. Vicki doesn't. She just stays in her lane until she fully understands it. And guess what? You can leverage Facebook so much more than most people do. Okay, so I can see Vicki absolutely crushing it. Okay, absolutely crushing it. False says, what do you mean by personalise it?
Well, I think that's over to Wayne.
No.
Well, because he's going to put me on the spot now, but really, I genuinely don't really understand this stuff. But with the Mega Builder software, instead of sending out a generic from Wayne email, you can make it from you, and you can personalize it, and you can embed videos in it, and you can do all sorts of things with it so that people will get something from you instead of from Wayne. Which obviously, if you're dealing with people and you're the person who's outreaching to them in the first place, that's better. But I haven't done that yet. That's like in a much too difficult trade for me.
Yeah. People buy from people, guys. Okay. People buy from people. You are the person they buy from, not me, or not the system. It's you. Okay. So the more you put yourself in front of people, the better you're going to do. Okay. So there's. I don't think we've ever had this many questions. Have you got like 3 hours? So we'll do a couple more questions. Okay. Couple more questions. Ray said this is one fantastic interview. Let's read some of these. Let's see. Well, have you got more sales from social media or emails?
I haven't had any sales from emails.
There you go.
I don't think.
Probably not, because when you build the relationships, it's all about, I'll go into this a little bit, Vicki. It's all about training your audience, guys. Okay? This is what it's about. So if you are in the DMs and maybe you jump on Zoom calls and you build a proper relationship with them sometimes, yeah. That is where people are going to go. Okay, that's what people are going to expect communication with you on, not emails. Okay, if you just send emails, people get trained up on that. It's the same as me doing my lives. Okay, people get trained up. You guys get trained up to jump on the lives, so you make it part of your weekly thing that you do. Okay, there's things you can train people to do, and that's kind of what Vicki's done. Vicki Victor is very gentle from her heart, and I believe people love this. Yep. Vicki is awesome. Okay, that's when the goal of one sale became 30, did your efforts increase and keep you consistent doing the right things?
Kept doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Did it increase your motivation, I think was kind of what they're getting at. Did it make you think this works and keep doing it?
Yes, I think that what it does is it increases your belief, because both in yourself and in the system, and for me, in the whole thing of affiliate marketing, is it real? Because it's hard when you can't, it's very new for me, and I wasn't sure if it was real. But yes, so the more commissions you get and the more people you speak to, and the more real it becomes. And yeah, so definitely it increases your belief in yourself as well.
So let's delve into that a tiny bit. What do you mean by you weren't sure? Because I'm sure some of these people think the same thing. What do you mean by you weren't sure if it was real?
Well, it's just, it could have just been a massive scam. On a sort of, the whole industry could have been just a massive sort of, scam.
Okay. So what do you mean by that? You didn't know, you were coming into it, and that was like...
No, just because I didn't know, and because I'd never heard of it.
So that's an interesting... obviously, I come from people that know affiliate marketing, so it's an interesting observation for me, because in our marketing materials, that's a kind of a objection that we have to get past. You have to get past people could think it's a scam. They're like, yeah, this is... And that's what you see a lot around the internet when people don't know, oh, it's a scam. That's what people say. A lot of people say When obviously when you're in it, you know affiliate marketers more or less make the online world go round. It's that simple. Without affiliate marketers, there really isn't. Amazon, the only reason they're so big is because of affiliate marketers. That's how they grew so quickly through affiliate marketers. Okay, we'll do one more questions. Dave, we'll do yours, mate. Are you doing any video or lives on Facebook yet?
No, I do some like little reels, mostly of me standing in the rain in a field.
Nice.
In
England.
And people, yes. But so that's all I do. I don't have, in spite of my best efforts with Facebook and all my friend requests, I don't have very much engagement on my posts, but it doesn't seem to make a difference.
Nope.
I've got 1.3. I've got 1,300 friends now. So I started from none, or from about 100. And I don't get a lot of engagement, but I don't worry about it anymore. I used to worry about it, but I just keep plodding on with it.
Perfect. You'll find what you'll find, because you're creating real connections, you'll find over time your organic reach will naturally grow. It will just naturally grow anyway, because you're building real relationships. Okay, and that's why. Okay, we're gonna call it a day there. Vicki, you were awesome. Can you give one bit of advice for someone watching this that's maybe brand new, or they've been at it a while, they've not made a sale, they're doubting themselves, they're doubting the system, they're doubting the training? Give one bit of advice to those people, just to put you on the spot a little bit.
Take action. Do something. Do anything, but do something. And then whatever that thing is, do it day in and day out.
Perfection. Just do it. That's the slogan for this live. Okay, you need that. You need a tattoo with that on you, Vicki. Awesome, guys. Fantastic interview. Fantastic mega hot seat. Thanks, Vicki, for jumping on. You were fantastic. Okay, I'm sure everyone here, let Vicki know what you thought, because that was one of the best ones we've done, I think. Let Vicki know what you looked inside the chat, so she can have a look afterwards to know the impact she's made on you guys. Okay, we've got
and make sure you say nice things.
Yes, make sure you say nice things, otherwise I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Vicki. And the code for this live is hot seat. Okay, hot seat.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Vicki needed it. Okay, thanks everyone for all the positivity. That's what it's all about.
Thanks.
And Vicki, you were brilliant. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.